All right, so we're going to talk about Dave Chappelle today. He was on SNL last night.
Oh, yeah?
He told like 15 minutes of jokes, killed it.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT. Greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time. It was great. But the last couple minutes, I was like, yeah,
he messed it up.
He messed it all up. So Dave Chappelle shares message for Trump and Americans on SNL before inauguration.
I don't really think Republicans, Trump supporters need a message. I think Democrats need a message.
Yeah. But he directed the message to all Americans, but it was aimed at President Trump, and I didn't like the way he framed the message. So
he should have aimed a message towards the Democrats too.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? I'm just gonna skip all the BS and get right to it. Okay. So before he directed his message to Trump, he was pumping up Jimmy Carter. And he actually said some things about Jimmy Carter that I was not aware of.
Right.
So I'm going to read what he said. Carter was in Israel, right? And a book of his was just released whose title was very controversial at the time in Israel. The title of the book was Palestine, Peace, Not Apartheid.
Based on today's standard, that would be considered anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. That's a great point. But Chappelle recalled the book was receiving criticism in Israel and that Carter requested a trip to Palestine. The comedian said that the Israeli government said it would be too dangerous, but the former president went anyway. Okay, so Chappelle...
He don't trust Israel. He don't believe a damn word. I mean, think about it. Somebody that's dangerous. Don't go there. He's like, I don't believe that.
Right, so he went anyway.
Yeah.
Then Chappelle recalled images of Carter surrounded by Palestinians welcoming him as he visited with little security. Right, and then this is what Chappelle said. It brought tears to my eyes. I don't know if that was a good president, but right there is a great man, Chappelle recalled. It made me feel very proud.
Yeah, he definitely was a good president, but he is a great man for that.
Yeah.
From what Republicans like to share about him.
Yeah, a lot of Republicans don't realize that. I don't even have like getting into this. The Palestinians and the Jewish people, but those Jewish people were taken there as refugees, and those refugees didn't form their own government, and are pushing them to the ocean.
Right.
I mean, I don't see that anything different than what the Democrats did up in Ohio. They move all those Haitians there. Let's say they get in power and vote in their own government there, and they push out the American citizens.
It's happening in Europe right now.
Yeah, like a lot of from these Africans going into Europe, like you go to Paris, it's not Paris anymore.
Right, it's totally different. It doesn't feel like Paris.
Yeah, but for some reason, Republicans don't see that when what's going on in Israel. But I'm not going to even get into that.
They see it when it happened in Springfield, Ohio.
Yeah, they see it there.
No, it's different there, but it's okay when the Jews do it. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, so this is the part of his monologue that I didn't like that he aimed at Trump.
Right.
Like, this is what he said to Trump. The presidency is no place for petty people.
Why would he say that?
Yeah, Chappelle added. So, Donald Trump, I know you watched the show, man. Remember, people, whether they voted for you or not, they are all counting on you. Whether they like you or not, they are all counting on you.
I think everybody knows that.
Yeah, exactly. The whole world is counting on you.
That's why we voted him in office.
Right? And then he goes on to say this. I mean this when I say this. Good luck. Please do better next time.
Do better next time.
Please, all of us, do better next time. Do not forget your humanity, and please have empathy for displaced people, whether they're in the Palisades or Palestine. Now,
I don't like it when he called Donald Trump petty.
Yeah, I think Democrats are petty. I mean, they're so petty. There was 2 assassination attempts against Donald Trump over the last, 6 months? Because petty politics.
Right.
Referring to him as Hitler.
I mean, you have the freedom of speech to say what you want, but I mean, you have to be consistent. Look what the last administration did over the last 4 years. Called us right-wing extremists. The way he pulled out of Afghanistan. The way he pointed the fingers at Republicans saying we are conspiracy theorists. Where was all this criticism for them?
Yeah, you called President Trump petty, but Biden and his administration went after Trump. They tried to throw this man in jail.
Right.
Trump's being petty. What the Biden administration did is never been done before.
Not to mention that.
Go after your political rivals.
Right. That's petty. And it's so petty. And I have proof it's petty. They didn't even throw him in jail. So why'd he do it?
Just trying to tarnish his
Exactly.
who he is as a man.
Yeah, not to mention the Afghanistan withdrawal.
Yeah, and look what's going on in Israel right now.
Yeah, it did happen under Trump.
Yeah, you think it's a coincidence that now there's a ceasefire in
Right.
Israel?
And we got some of the hostages back?
Yeah, you think that's a coincidence? This started under Biden's administration.
Right.
There's no coincidence that Trump's back and now there's a ceasefire. But you want to call President Trump petty?
Yeah. I don't get that.
I don't get it neither.
Yeah. Everything he said other than that was fine. It's just when you call Trump petty, I mean, you could say he's petty on the internet, on Twitter, but overall his presidency, you can't consider it to be petty.
Yeah.
He did some great things. If
puts-
it wasn't for that pandemic, he would have been easily elected. Some feel that he won that last election.
Yeah. He's not petty. He puts Americans first. Who was petty during COVID? Y'all blamed him for that,
Right.
right? The border's wide open. Oh, he's xenophobic. He doesn't like immigrants. How many people have been unalived by immigrants because of Democrats' petty politics?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why he killed it like for 15 minutes
Yeah.
with his jokes. Then he came out and said that. I'm like,
Yeah, when he said, I mean this, when I say this, good luck, please do better next time. That sounds petty. Please, all of us do better. I understand that. Do not forget your humanity and please give empathy for displaced people, whether they're in the Palisades or Palestine. He acting like Republicans only care about what's going on in Palisades. The reason why there's a ceasefire in Israel right now is because of Donald Trump.
yeah, no question. I mean, what were these words when Biden took office?
Yeah. I don't get it. Petty?
No, he's biased. He's a Democrat.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Well, he's not perfect. He killed it for like 15 minutes and 3 seconds ruined everything.